Welcome back to another explainer. Look, we're jumping right in today because we are demystifying an ancient, exact science that is largely misunderstood in the modern wellness space. We're talking about the strictly mathematical protocol of breathwork, guided by the profound insights of Osman, also known as the Blind Muslim Yogi. Osman isn't just your typical yoga instructor. He's a master-level bioenergy healer. He actually utilizes quantum and entanglement principles, specializing in critical care, recovery, and terminal illnesses. We're talking about a guy with 50 years of rigorous practice under his belt, sometimes up to 18 hours a day, who attained his first samadhi state at just 19 years old. He's dedicated his life to simplifying these complex sciences to help people scientifically replenish lost energy and naturally boost their immunity by up to 90%. So let's dive into his fascinating methodology.
So here's a wild question for you. Can breathing actually damage your brain? I know, it sounds crazy, right? We generally just assume that all breath work is perfectly harmless. I mean, it's just oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. But Osman warns us that when we venture into advanced traditional practices without the right guidance, there are hidden and frankly profound risks.
Section 1. True pranayama and its dangers.
To really understand those risks, we have to look at what this practice actually meant to the ancient yogis. When ancient texts speak of pranayama, they absolutely aren't just talking about taking deep, relaxing breaths on a yoga mat. True, traditional pranayama strictly refers to alternate nostril breathing that is fundamentally combined with breath retention. That means you are deliberately holding your breath for extended periods. It's a highly calculated pause in your oxygen supply.
And here's where it gets sketchy. If you practice this retention improperly without the direct guidance of a qualified teacher, you aren't just pushing your physical limits. You might literally be silently starving your brain of oxygen. Osman points out that you might not even feel like you're suffocating in the moment, but over time, you could be killing off brain cells without even realizing it. Unguided practice can be downright fatal to your cognitive health.
Section 2. The ancient breathing ratios.
Because of these massive dangers, ancient practitioners definitely didn't just guess how long to hold their breath. They used highly specific, exact mathematics, specifically the formula of 1 to 4 to 2. Osman derived this exact ratio through his extensive study of foundational texts, like the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and a 2,000-year-old South Indian script called the Mandukya. The formula is simple but strict. Whatever count you use to inhale, you must hold the breath for exactly 4 times as long, and then take twice as long to exhale. It's a very exact rhythmic beat, actually much faster than a standard second. It's more like half a second per count.
Section 3. A safe, 4-stage protocol. But how do you actually implement a 2,000-year-old mathematical formula safely today? Well, Osman adapted these ancient ratios into a completely safe 4-stage progression. You start out at level 1, inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 16, and exhaling for 8. Once you can comfortably nail 21 rounds of that, you move to level 2, which is 8 in, 32 hold, 16 out. Then you slowly progress to level 3, and finally level 4, which is 16 in, holding for 64, and breathing out for 32. This structured, scientific approach safely builds your lung capacity without straining your body.
But listen closely, because here is the ultimate warning. You must stop at level 4. Osman is incredibly clear about this. As you practice, it gets super tempting to push further. Osman himself actually reached a point where he was holding his breath for 300 counts. That is over 3 minutes. But he realized that even if he didn't physically feel suffocated due to his elevated state of consciousness, he couldn't mathematically guarantee he wasn't starving his physical brain of oxygen. So, level 4 is the maximum safe margin, period.
Section 4. Unblocking the body's energy. So, you might be wondering, why do we even hold the breath at all if it's so risky? Well, it all comes down to your spiritual anatomy, and specifically, the number 72,000. That massive number represents your nadis. In ancient science, nadis are these subtle energy tubes running all throughout your ethereal body. And the primary goal of true pranayama is to act as a mechanism to clear and unblock every single one of these 72,000 channels.
Out of those 72,000, there are 2 major ones running on either side of your spine. The Ida Nadi is associated with intuitive energy and exhibits a beautiful pinkish-red color. The Pingala Nadi represents vibrant, energetic action and exhibits a bluish-gray color. Now, there is something absolutely incredible you need to know about Usman. He has been permanently blind since May 2023. However, because his third eye is so substantially open, he perceives these vivid, energetic colors continuously. In his teachings, he describes these specific colors and energies using his crystal-clear memory of having normal eyesight before he went blind.
And this brings us to the ultimate physiological goal. As you practice this alternate nostril breathing, you are actively balancing that pinkish-red Ida and that bluish-gray Pingala. When they intertwine and perfectly balance right at the third eye, a central channel called the Sushumna Nadi opens up. This opening is the literal gateway to profound, enlightened states like Samadhi, which, amazingly enough, Osman first achieved when he was just a teenager. Section 5. Clearing Generational Trauma. Okay, so what exactly is blocking these energy channels in the first place? Prepare to have your mind bent a little bit here. 10 million. You are carrying an astonishing 10 million years of memories, traumas, and deep-seated impressions, which are known as samskaras, within you right now.
You're probably thinking, how on earth can a single human lifespan hold 10 million years of baggage? It's because it scales backward exponentially. Modern science already confirms that we inherit genetic trauma from up to 7 generations back. But ancient science goes way farther, stating we carry evolutionary memory stretching back 3.5 million years to the very origins of life on this planet. Because we grew exponentially from 2 parents to 4 grandparents to 16 great-grandparents, the combined ancestral and evolutionary memory trapped inside your energetic body equates to millions of years of deeply embedded subconscious baggage.
So, the crucial takeaway here is this. Pranayama is the ultimate tool to clear it. While normal meditation lets this baggage kind of settle and slowly dissipate, this specific mathematical pranayama protocol acts like a powerful internal vacuum. It deliberately siphons out millions of years of evolutionary blockages, completely freeing you from those subconscious, primitive fight-or-flight reactions.
Section 6. The core of holistic yoga. While breathwork is undeniably powerful, Osman constantly stresses a scientific, balanced approach to life. Pranayama doesn't just exist in a vacuum. A truly effective practice requires a holistic system. You have Hatha Yoga, to physically work out bodily blockages, Jhana for knowledge, Bhakti for devotion, meditation to draw in cosmic energy, and Karma Yoga for service. But nestled right in the center, acting as the absolute central pivot and accelerator for all of these paths, is pranayama. If you want to safely begin exploring this holistic path, Osman has dedicated his entire life to simplifying these complex protocols into really easy, accessible methods. You absolutely must check out his website at yogawellness786.com, where you can download his completely free 5-minute yoga and meditation program. It is the perfect starting point. You can also listen to his podcast on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just search for the Blind Muslim Yogi. And to help him achieve his mission of spreading the scientific approach to life, make sure to follow his podcast or like and subscribe to his free YouTube channel. He even offers a Patreon for paid live daily videos and one-on-one consultations if you want to go deeper. Before we wrap up today, I have to share this beautiful, simple philosophy from Osman on Karma Yoga, which is selfless service. He says, if you are always serving others and creating joy, I challenge you to be unhappy. Honestly, whether it's gifting a watch to a friend in need or just being kind to a stranger, adopting this holistic, generous approach to life naturally clears your energy just as effectively as the breathwork itself.
So we end with this thought. What hidden evolutionary blockages will you clear when you finally take control of your breath? Think about those 10 million years of history just sitting inside of you. By applying a patient, exact, and scientific approach to this ancient practice, you truly have the power to clear the slate. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks a safe, profound journey into your own daily practice.